What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And this is my rambling series. This is my vlogging series, in which I talk about life, the universe, and everything around us, and things that are particularly of importance to me. If you don't like this kind of thing, please check out the other videos I've uploaded on the channel this week. I've uploaded 2 or 3 already this week, and I hope you check them out. So let's get started. Let's see what's going on. Last weekend, I went to San Francisco. I got to go out there to check out Far Cry 4, a big Far Cry 4 event that had like 12 or 13 different YouTubers there who got a chance to sit down and play the game and capture gameplay a full 5 weeks before the game was out. And that was super cool because I feel that shows real confidence in the game that you're creating. Specifically because we played a beta build, and the game was fun. And I made a video about it. You can watch that. I'm not going to talk about the game so much here, as I want to talk about the experience. I got to meet, like I said, about 12 or 13 other YouTubers, and they were all fantastic people. It was really crazy. Different people from different walks of life who do different stuff. And I tweeted about it while I was there, and just some really good people. I think I made a lasting friendship out of that by a guy you may know as K-Sick Games. He also helps out with Hank Green's gaming channel. He was just the highlight of the trip for me, other than, of course, getting to hang out with my wife, and other than, of course, getting to play Far Cry 4, which I was super excited to do. But man, that really reinvigorated my feels for gaming. Because it's such a cool industry, and to get to meet people who worked on the game at Ubisoft, and to get to meet the people there, and to get to meet the people that help bring gaming YouTube to you, it's just such a wonderful experience. And we got to have dinner together, and I also tweeted out in a couple hours before I was going to do it, so I didn't only got 2 people, but I tweeted out and said, hey, if you want to come hang out with me in San Fran, why don't you come out? And 2 fans did, and meeting these guys was fantastic. I mean, they were both great people, but one guy really stood out as just being the most fantastic person I ever met. And it was amazing. Hopefully he'll comment on the video below. But what a wonderful experience. Traveling is super hard for me, and we had like a crazy hard time getting back. Traveling out there wasn't so bad. It was a layover in Dallas, but it was a 3.5, 4 hour layover, so plenty of time to get from plane to plane. And Dallas is a big airport. If you've never been through it, it's Manhattan sized. It's the size of Manhattan. It's huge, man. So it's very difficult for me to get from one side of that. In fact, I need assistance. My wife had to help quite a bit. But we managed to get through it, and then I got to San Francisco. Normally, after a big layover like that or traveling, I feel really wrecked. Well, thanks to my DDP, thanks to losing about 30 pounds so far, thanks to really strengthening up my core muscles, my back is finally recovering. And I fully went into this trip thinking it was going to destroy it, and it didn't. And in fact, I felt really good while we were in San Francisco. I was a little sore, but I managed to walk a couple of blocks easily. And that was great, man. It was just really great. So, let's see. In fact, me and Angry Joe split a cab at one point. That was kind of cool, getting to sit and talk with him. And he was very cool about my special needs, my ability to walk. In fact, I think I still owe him quite a bit for that cab ride, because we sat in traffic for quite some time. But on our way home, we did not realize it was the same weekend that the Blue Angels were flying in San Francisco. And so we got out into the plane and out on the tarmac, and they grounded us right as soon as we got out to the tarmac ready to take off, because it turns out Obama was flying into town. And they grounded us for like an hour, and we sat in the plane for an hour, and it was a miserable experience. And then we missed our connecting flight trying to get back to Arkansas. And I mean, they were wanting us to stay overnight. They weren't going to help with a hotel or anything. We're going to end up having to sleep in the terminal because Dallas was completely sold out of rooms. We found one room at $150, which is highway robbery. So we ended up renting a car and driving the last 5 hours, which was more than $150, but they refunded us parts of the ticket. So we broke even roughly and got home in time for me to do the things that I wanted to do and get some rest. But what was interesting about this is by the time I got home, I still felt really great, and I have felt really great all week. In fact, knock on wood, I think my back is in recovery. And I think the weight loss is helping, and I think the exercise is helping, and I owe both of those things to DDP. So I don't know if he's going to see this. I'm sure that he won't. He's a very busy man, but I'm so grateful for that. And of course, I owe a lot of it to you for encouraging me to get moving in that right direction. Here I was a year ago, almost bedridden, and now here I am walking the streets of San Francisco, and that's a big difference. I wonder where I'll be in another year. hopefully better, somewhere nicer. Um, but the best part about it is I was tweeting the whole time like how frustrated I was with Obama, and I'm not like an Obama now like diehard supporter, but I don't really dislike a lot of the things he does. I'm not generally like upset at the president. I'm not that kind of guy. I might be upset at like the head of Xbox or the head of PlayStation one day, or the head of EA. But I'm not the kind of guy who ever really gets mad at the president. But that day I was mad at the president. I was tweeting. I finally got to tweet, "Thanks, Obama," sarcastically and mean it. Not as a joke. But I'm like, oh, thanks, Obama, for flying in and fucking ruining my day. It was a fun experience. Quite the adventure. Other than that, this week is kind of going kind of quiet. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but tomorrow I will be getting up early, which is why I'm not streaming tonight, so that I can film gameplay of I don't know if I can say the name of the game, but I'll be filming it with another YouTuber, Wrecker, and some other great YouTubers. And we're going to be doing a charity event to try to raise money. The team that the charity that my team has chosen is St. Jude's. So we're gonna actually make some money for St. Jude's. Hopefully we'll win. If not, I think there's three other teams of 4 people. So I'm hoping that they will be able to win money for charity. I hope they've chosen good charities. Over the last week, of course, I played a lot of Smash, especially on the plane. Man, this best thing in the world, being able to play Smash Brothers on a plane. I didn't get any pickup games or anything like that for in the airport, but that would have been cool. But I've also played a little bit of Alien Isolation, which I streamed. I streamed some Five Nights at Freddy's. I picked up the new Borderlands game, and the new Borderlands game is okay. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it and really getting into it. I've been wanting to stream it, but some people don't seem to be really into the game for various reasons. I think it's great. I'm a huge fan of the Borderlands series. I love the first one. I love the second one even more. This feels like more Borderlands 2, except on the moon with a bunch of weird shit going on. Moon shit, And that to me is worthy. So I don't know if it's worth $60 for you, because it really does kind of feel like like an expansion pack. But with 4 new characters, I would have easily paid $15 per new character with a free story and a bunch of other stuff. $60 was well worth it to me, and I'm very happy I picked up the game. It's frustrating that it didn't have an updated graphics engine, and it's frustrating that it didn't show up on the next generation, but that's okay. Speaking of games showing up with the new next generation, there's a Duck Dynasty game on Xbox. And I've been watching game clips of it all day, and I'm thinking about buying that game so I can stream it just to make fun of it. It does not look like a good game, and I hope you look into it because it's laughably bad. I don't understand how that got published, especially at a full retail price, but whatever. Gaming is weird. Some people like Train and some people don't like Train. Some people like that kind of game and some people don't. And I'm sure there's a market for people out there who like that kind of game. Everything else has been kind of stressful over the last weekend. I had a bit of a nervous breakdown on Sunday, and you probably didn't see that video. It's related to this big internet drama that's going on called Gamergate, which you may not know anything about now, but you're about to hear quite a bit about it, unfortunately. I've tried not to make videos about it because of public consumption, because I know a lot of you guys aren't interested in it, but when this hits the mainstream, and I think it's about to, we will be talking about it quite a bit, because I want to make sure that you guys are as informed as you can be. In that entire debacle, here's all you need to know. I have tried to remain as neutral as possible. I've tried to be the voice of reason and the voice of kindness and to stay right in the middle. I made the joke tonight on Twitter that, hey, if this is a war, I'm Switzerland. Well, I forgot, because, I didn't forget, I never knew. I didn't pay attention in history class. I forgot that Switzerland kind of profiteered off the wars there, but that's not what I'm doing here. In fact, if I was profiteering off it, obviously it would be on the main channel. I'm just trying to make sure that we get out of this unhurt, both as the hobby and as individuals. And it's hard to do. And I don't just mean gamers, I mean everybody involved, the entire world. I hate to see us do this to ourselves, and I hate to see this happening. And that's another video for another time. I just want everybody to be okay. And people have condemned me for a variety of different reasons. One guy said that I was too soft, that this was the time for wolves, man. But I hope I never lose that softness. I never want to be a wolf. I always want to be kind. I don't know, it's who I want to be. It's who I try to be. I make a conscious effort every day to not become a wolf. But if it is times of wolves, I guess I'll be Switzerland, right? What do you do, man? All right, well, hey, that's a pretty long rambling video. That's about 10 minutes. Speaking of the word game, what are you playing right now? I'm curious what you're excited for in the middle of Broketober as brand new video games are dropping left and right. What games have you got on what system? Did you get a new PC game? Did you get a new console game? If you use the word game or list the name of the game that you're currently playing in your comment down below, I'll know you made it all the way to the end of this almost, what's going to be 10 minutes and 45, 50 seconds. Pretty long video. And as always, man, thanks for indulging me and letting me talk about my life and stuff. Thank you for reaching out to me and getting me into the place that I am so that I can do stuff like travel to San Francisco instead of dying in my fucking bed because I never had a reason to try. That's you, baby. That's you. That's you. Every single person out there that watches this stuff, you lifted me up, and that was hard to do because I'm really fat. I love you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk with you soon.